Okay, fine. So whenever I try to post a document, it throws a error, right? So that error is regarding to item category actually. So what is that item category? How that error was solved in the last class? Because I told you that that particular error was linked with a concept, a very big concept in SAP FI, that is document splitting concept. So document splitting concept we will discuss elaborately. We will also customize and we will demonstrate how the document splitting is going on when the end user pass one entry, and what are the utility of document splitting, why it is implemented. So these things will be discussed in detail elaboration, but now we are in a very primitive stage in the beginning, so I prefer to just avoid that error. Okay, so how we avoided that error? We avoided that error by suppressing, by making inactive of the document splitting in our company code 7200. You know, our company code is 7200. I have already told you that whenever you customize SAP, then document splitting is automatically applicable to all the clients. That means client 800. So whenever you log in, the client number is automatically showing. So under this client, any company code customization you will do, automatically document splitting is active. But now we are making it inactive for our company code. Okay, so we go there and make it inactive. Once we make it inactive, then system allows us to post the document. So we posted the document easily without any hindrances. Okay, so I am sharing the screen, then we will discuss what is the agenda of today. So my screen is visible of today's agenda. What are the topics we will discuss today? Okay, fine. So this is the today's agenda. The first thing we are going to discuss is blocking GL account under chart of account and company code. Okay. So in the last class actually, uh, I was creating one GL account, and that GL account I block it. I block the GL account intentionally, and after blocking the GL account, then I tried to post a document. So while trying to post the document by using that general ledger account, automatically that error message came that the GL is blocked. Suppose due to any reason in your company, a particular general ledger account or several general ledger accounts are blocked due to the instruction of your management that posting should not go to this GL accounts. The GL accounts are no more required. Okay. So in this case, automatically we can block the GL account, and that demonstration also I have completed in the last class. But suppose we have already blocked the GL account, but due to some reason, again the management instructs that a particular GL or several GL, let us restore it. Okay, let us restore those GL accounts. So how to restore it? Very simple. Go to that area. I am opening the software and demonstrating it how to restore, and so that we can use those GL accounts for posting. Okay, fine. So let us go and see our list of GL account. What is there? FS00 is the central creation of GL account. So this is my company code appearing. Okay. So 7200. See, here the GL account is actually unblocked. If it is blocked, I have also told you in the last class that if you click on the extreme right, there are different options. If I want to see only the GL account without anything, I just want to see the GL accounts without any blocking indicator or anything. So it will appear like this. So this is GL account number in the company code. Okay. So but there is also an option through which I can see actually which GL accounts are blocked. So therefore I have to select this one. So if I select this one, then against the GL account, this flaggings will also come. Suppose I block a particular GL account. This is the GL account, equity share capital hyphen demo. Demo means I have just created this GL account for demonstration of this thing. So once you click on block, then what happened? There are two areas: block in the chart of account, block in the company code. Suppose you have created a GL account first in the chart of account area. Then later on you extend that GL account to different company codes. Suppose you block the GL account under the chart of account level. So what happens? Then the same GL account cannot be used by any company code, right? So that is one option. If you block it in the chart of account level, then it will not work for any company code to which it is extended. I have already told you that there is a concept called common chart of account. What is the meaning of common chart of account? There may be only one chart of account where all the GL accounts are created, but later on the GL accounts are extended to different company codes. The example I had given, suppose you have a manufacturing company which is in Delhi and another manufacturing company in HP, Himachal Pradesh. In the manufacturing company at Himachal Pradesh, employees are getting high latitude allowances. But the company which is at Delhi, there is no component of high latitude allowances. Suppose in your chart of account level, there is a common, and also there is an assumption that both the company codes are using common chart of account. That means there is a single chart of account under which all the GL accounts are created. But in the second step, when we extend the GL accounts to different company codes, then we decided that the GL account which is created under the common chart of account high latitude allowances, we will only extend it to my company code situated at Himachal Pradesh. Okay, and it will not be extended to the company code which is there in Delhi, because they don't use that. So, but if I block that specific GL account under here, then what happened? That GL account cannot be usable by any company code. Okay, but sometimes it may happens that there can be any situation where a particular GL account may be used by two company codes. A common GL account is used by two company codes, but somehow one of the company code decided that this particular GL account has to be blocked for posting in that specific company code. So here it is company code name 7200. Suppose there is another company code, say 7300. Then what happened? I am blocking the same GL under my company code only. But in the company code 7300, the same GL is available. So in this case, what happened? When the user tried to use that GL account in 7200, then posting block will be appeared. But if the same GL account is used by a company code 7300, say in another company code, then it will also allow for posting. But if we block at this level, first level, chart of account level, then it cannot be used in any company code, right? So now I am blocking in all the cases. Suppose I am blocking here. After blocking, let us try to post it. Just try to post it. FB50. So this is my company code. If your company code will not appear, click on this company code. That means switch company code. Give your company code and click on continue. So first of all, I have to give a date. So I am giving a date, and here in the GL account, I will put that blocked GL account intentionally. So see, this is the blocking which is showing. How it is showing? Because the tab is in GL account with delete or lock flag in company code. Here it is. But if you try to use this one, then you cannot see which is blocked or which are not blocked, because that indicator will not be shown. So now I want to post the GL account which is blocked, that is the demo GL account, right? Once I click, suppose I select debit and put enter. Once I put enter, what happened? The system directly throw me the error message. What is the error message? Account 1,01,001 7,200 is blocked for posting. Okay. So how to unblock? For unblocking, let us go to and open another session. FS00. Same this GL. Just click on again the block. Once you click on block, this flag or this area will be shown to you. So deselect this one and save. Every time you have to save. If you don't save, what happened? That will not be applicable. See, if I'm coming, then I see that these are unblocked. That means these are allowed for posting. So once these are allowed for posting, let us come to this screen. These are not synchronized. Again, I am coming here NFB50. Why NFB50? Because I have told you that if you are any screen and come to the same screen, then first of all you have to put \n, then transaction code, then directly you can go. So I am coming here again, putting the date, then using that same 1,01,001 and put debit, then put enter. What happens? It is taking the entry. Suppose I am taking the entry 6789. Okay, I am putting the text. So this is the way in which I do it. This is the equity share capital. Suppose I am putting it credit. See, it doesn't mean that the first line item should be always credit. It can be it should not be always debit. It can be credit also. So there is no order while posting the transaction. It doesn't mean that debit will come first and credit will come second. So in this case, you can post the transaction using the credit first and debit after that. So system, from the system point of view, it makes no difference. So amount is star, text is plus and enter. Okay. So I am simulating. Once I simulate, what I see? The credit line item is coming first, debit line item is coming second. So no issues. It can be happened. System will accept. Click on post. Okay. So document number 4 is posted now. Okay. Another thing I have told you while discussing the chart of account, that if in the chart of account label blocking indicator is selected, then nobody in the organization can create any fresh GL account. Again, I am telling, whenever you block the GL at the chart of account level, definition of the chart of account level, then what happened? Nobody in your organization can can create the document. Okay. So now I will go to the chart of account and I will block there. Once I block there, then I will test whether anybody or myself is able to create any fresh GL account in my company code. Okay. So this is my chart of account. 7200, same name as my company code name. I click here. See, there is a blocking status here. The name of my chart of account is this one, 6-digit and English manual creation. I am selecting this block and click on save. Right. So this particular screen or this particular transaction is assigned to a very higher level person, because that higher level person is given the instruction or it decide that when to block this indicator. And any person who wants to create a GL account, he should request this particular user or power user that there is a requirement of creation of a GL account. Then that higher level person will unblock this. So let us put it as block. I am opening another screen. Suppose I want to create GL account, right? For creation of the GL account, let us create a GL account, basic salary account, right? For that, what first thing I have to do? I have to go to the account group, because while creating a GL account, it should that GL account should be under the specific group what I have created, because grouping is nothing but it is the segmentations of the GLs, further segmentations of the GLs under assets and liabilities, expenses or income. Broadly, if it is told that there may be a GL account in any of four natures, either it can be in the nature of assets or liabilities or income or expenditure, but within that also so many groups is created. So let us go to the account group. So for account group, I am opening another session. OBD4 is the transaction code. You can go through the path also. 7200, under which, under chart of account, I have created the account group. See, I want to create basic salary account. So definitely basic salary account comes under this employee cost, or let us create a salary account, not only basic salary, let us create a salary account. So definitely my GL account, I have already made the blocking, right? But in another screen, suppose in this screen FS00, I tried to create a GL account having 400, 100, 6 digit, okay? Then I click on enter. Just a minute, let us see whether I have created or not. Okay, salary is created. Let us create another one, 400, 101. Actually salary is already created, so that's why it did not accept. So let us create another account, 400, 101, dearness allowances. Okay, so while I try to create the dearness allowances or any GL account, there are two options. Either you can create the GL account from scratch or without any copy, or there is a with template, right? Suppose I want to create this GL account from scratch. What happened? Once I click on the scratch or from beginning, then it is saying chart of account 7200 blocked, creation of accounts not possible, right? Even if I click on with template also, same message will come, because here the system in the chart of account label I have already blocked. So what is the procedure of creating that GL account? First of all, my organization head or the person who is in charge of this screen, authorization of this particular screen, has to be given a request. We will request the authorized person to deblock it. Suppose that person deblock it. I have already told you, if you do something, you must save it, otherwise that thing is not affected. So I save it. Then I am coming to this screen for creation of GL account. So here I am giving 400, 101. Suppose I am creating from with template. Okay. Once I click on the with template, now the system allows me to create the GL. Why? Because that deblocking is already undertaken. Suppose I am copying it from salary account. 400, 100 is the salary account what I have created, and company code name is 7200. So this is the thing from which I am copying. So click on enter. So once I click on copy, everything of my previous GL, everything including description and everything, it is copied. So now I have to change the short text and long text as, say, dearness allowance. Right? Group account number, I am not making anything. Actually this is a very big concept and we have already discussed very thoroughly. I will demonstrate it, but I have just suppressed those things as I have copied, so that's why it is coming directly. Then click on the control data tab, everything is copied. This alternative account number is also erased. What is group account number and what is alternative account number, I have discussed in very details in initial classes. You can go through my video and again recap your memory why it is used. Group account number is used for the group level consolidation. Alternative account number is used for the country level consolidation. Okay, so click on the create oblique bank oblique interest tab. So these are the three things actually which is important. So click on save. Okay, so now my GL account is created. So due to this blocking and unblocking, I can restricted, or users can be restricted to create GL account, and there is a pure internal control mechanism which is already there in the SAP for creation of the master data. So GL creation is also part of master data, right? I have already told you that in SAP, whatever transaction or whatever data that is there in the SAP, that can be created into three parts. First part is customization objects. What are the customization object we have created? That is also saved in the SAP. Second one is master data. Third one is transaction data, right? So master data and transaction data is frequently used by the end users. But customizing objects or customization, these are the areas of your consultants. So whether it is customizing object creation, or whether it is creation of transaction data or master data by end users for day-to-day use, everything is saved in the SAP database. So where the data or customizing activities or variants, customizing objects, where this is saved, these are saved in SAP database. Okay, so now let us go through some of the database or some of the table. So what is database? I have already told you. Database is nothing but it is the storage of data in logical manner by rows and columns, just like Excel sheets. So database is a logical database or database management system where the data is stored in a logical manner in terms of rows and columns, right? So now let us go to and see some of the customizing objects which are already done by us, and it is already stored in the logical database. So first of all, we have to know what is the name of the table where the data is saved. See, mind it, SAP has more than 10,000 tables where the customizing data or the transaction data or the master data is saved, right? More than 10,000 tables. And the tables, knowledge of the tables and further applications or any customization, further customizations, modifications, those are the areas of your ABAP consultants, because you know ABAP module is there, and those persons, they are very habituated with different tables of different modules. Those peoples are very much habituated with work in tables directly or database. But as a FI consultant or FICO consultant, we should also have some of the knowledge regarding the tables, because we know whatever we do on the front end, that is saved in the back end in respective tables. So knowledge of the table by a functional consultant, actually knowledge of a table is a must for technical consultants like ABAP. But knowledge of the table of a functional consultant, it is the value addition. What is the value addition? If the functional consultant like FI and CO, if he has knowledge regarding the table where the data is saved, then that particular person can act as a techno-functional consultant. And techno-functional consultants has more value than simple functional consultants, because they have a edge over the functional consultants, because they can very well work with the ABAPers. Because in spite of all the standard settings in SAP, it may happen that you have to create some customized reports, you have to create some customizing interfaces. So whenever you have to create some customized reports or custom, that means which is not there in the SAP, but you require that in a specific way. So in this case, the knowledge of a table is a must, because whatever data entry you do, that is saved in the table, and whenever you require a report, for generation of that report, you have to link that customized report with the data or which is residing in respective tables. Because whenever you generate a report, the information is extracted from those tables and presented before you. So knowledge regarding where the data is saved is very important, so that you can link with those tables with the report, and report can be generated as per your requirement. Okay, so let us go to a transaction code SE10. So what is SE10? Let us understand. Whatever customizing settings I have done at that time, whatever customization settings I have done previously, that has saved in a request. So what is request? I have already told you that request is nothing but creation of your own identification, own place where the customization are saved. Because the customization, initial customization in the development server is to be tested in a quality server. Every customization what I do, it has to be transported to another server. In that server, it has to be tested. If it is okay, then that is transported or that is transferred to a final server, which is your live server actually. Okay, or we call it production server. So there are three servers at least. One is development server, second one is quality server, third one is your production server. Production server is that server where exactly the end users work. So rest two servers are for creation of customization and testing those customization by passing the dummy entries, whether the customization is able to generate the required final outcome as per the requirement of the company. So if we put the transaction code SC10, actually SC10 transaction code is a transaction code which is used by both technical consultants like Basis and ABAP. So let us put SC10. Once you put SC10, your user ID will automatically come. If user ID will not come or your user ID is not coming, you have to put the user ID. So the transaction code SC10, you may write it. Actually in the study material, these things has not been covered. Whatever study materials I have given, 3 sets of study materials, as we are functional consultant, so most of the technical things, almost all the technical things has been avoided. But nowadays, you have, even if you are functional people, but knowledge of the table is a must for your value addition and for more clarity and understanding of the topic. So now my purpose is why I am using SC10. By using SC10 transaction code, I can reach to my folder, I can reach to my request where all my customizations are saved. So once you have the user ID, click on display, right? Once I click on display, so this is the customizing request EH7 K900139 username 68 font to FI customization of Max Pro. So I just click on this node. Once I click on this node, another folder is coming. Click on this node. So once I click on this node, all the customizing activity what I have done, it automatically found out, right? So now say define field status variant. This is a customization what I have done, right? So let us open another session. Okay, so let us create another session where I have created define field status variant. So let us go to that place before opening the table. What is the difference between finding the same thing in your customizing area or directly in the table. I will make the distinguishment. So I am clicking on the ledgers, uh, fields, define field status variant, right? So what is our field status variant? This is our field status variant, right? So this is the list where all the varieties, all the field status variants are appearing, right? But the same thing is also saved in a table. This is the front end, this is colorful, and this is the front end of what you have done. Here also you can create, you can copy and create your own field status variant. But let us found it from the table, right? So finding it from the table, first of all we have to know what is the table name, where it is saved, because different customizing activity are saved in different tables. So I have to click on this node first. Okay, just a minute, I have to click on the node first, extreme left. So once I click on the node first, again I click here, and this is T004. T004 is the table name. So once I found what is the table name, for finding out the table, the transaction code is SE16M. Okay, these things are actually not there in the study material, but these are I am in the very primary stage. So table knowledge is very much required. I will just give you some of the examples of the table where the things are saved. Click on the SE16N. Okay, so what is the table name? T004. How do we know? Because we just enlarged the nodes, and here the table name is coming T004. This B, F, G, V, W, just omit it. These are the four. T stands for table. 004. T stands for table. So I put the table name here, T004. Okay, then I click the maximum number of hits. I do not know how many field status variants are there. It may be beyond 500. So I erase the maximum number of hits and click on enter, right? So once I click on enter, then it is asking me these are the field names and these are the technical names. Suppose I want to find all the tables in the system itself, in this client. So in this case, I don't have to specify anything regarding chart of account or anything else. Okay, what are the options? Let us see. So these are the options actually, where which can be filtered your requirements. Suppose I don't want to filter as per my chart of account or maintenance language or anything else. So in this case, just by putting the table name, I can click on online. Once I click on online, all the tables, all the data, 91 numbers of okay, just a minute, this is your, let us see what I see there. T004P. okay, I think these are confined to chart of accounts only. Let us see. Okay, fine. So actually T004 is for your chart of account, but when we have added this B, then automatically our table, designated table, what we require, it is coming. So T004B is the field status variant. Actually the description will also automatically come. Suppose I do not put this B and put enter, then it is saying directory of chart of accounts, right? You can also know whether you are correct or not if you put on B, because there are so many tables, more than around 1000 tables are there for FI and CO. So you are not supposed to remember. You can go to the SC10 and find the table name and finally you put it. So instead of only T004, I put T004B and click on execute. Once I click on execute, all the field status variants are coming. How many field status variants are appearing? Number of hits 42. I have already opened off the same thing for end user, for customizing screen. SPRO area. So in the SPRO area, how many field status variants is showing here? 42. So same 42 is appearing, and the first one is 0001, right? And the same thing is also appearing in the table. First one is 0001, and this is 7200 is ours, right? So what is the benefit when we see this table? This particular table or this particular thing can be exported to Excel sheet without any hindrances or without any problem. Okay, so directly from the table it will be better if you transfer the same in the Excel sheets. So you can directly go to spreadsheet and save all the field status variants, 42 numbers what you have created. So like this, if you go to the SC10, you can find out the name of your tables what you have created, right? So anyway, suppose define account groups. You have created the account group. So this is your table T077S. Let us open the table T077S, SE16N, right? So here our table is T077S, T077S. So erase this 500 mark, click on enter, right? So once I click on enter, then I click on execute. See, these are the table what you already created. There are 691 numbers of hits it is coming for different chart of account. In our case also it will automatically appear. So what is there, we can also see from the customization. SPRO also we can see, like we can see the account groups. Okay, here is the account group. See, 691 numbers. This is in the SPRO area, but the same thing I am looking into the area of your table. But the most important thing is here the description is not appearing here, but in the last column the description is appearing. But there may be some limitations of the characters due to who is here in the field status. There is a column field status is coming, but our requirement is chart of account, account group, from account to account, and meaning. Meaning means the description itself. See, chart of account, account group, name, from account to account. So this is the five things actually we require. So these five things are already available: chart of account, account group, from account to account, and meaning means the description. Okay, so these middle things are no more required. If you export also, these things you can easily erase or easily remove after this is exported. So this is the way in which you can see the table. So whatever table I was showing to you, these are the tables where the customization settings or customization objects are saved. But there are also some tables where the transactions are saved. And very frequently the end users requires to go to the table and extract the data, right? So let us go to one table which is called, say, Pagel Flexed, SE16N. I will just show you the table and then I will close this topic and I will divert the discussion. Pagel Flexed, right? And I am erasing this 500. Okay, so there is a Pagel Flexed table where I can see the general ledger. This is called total table, general ledger total table, and this is the field name and this is the technical name. Client is technically called RCLNT. Fiscal year is technically called R year, Year is the technical name of fiscal year. So suppose I want to see the Faggle flex of my account number, say 1 lakh. GL account number 1 lakh. I want to see the transaction. My company code is 7200, right? So automatically I am limiting the extraction from the Faggle flex table, because in the Faggle flex table so many company codes, so many transactions, those are already included, but I have to filter out to my company code and my GL account 1 lakh only. Okay, so in this selection criteria, these are the selection criteria. So in the selection criteria I have reduced it by selecting only specific GL account, that is equity share capital account, and that too my company code 7200. Then click on the online. Once I click on the online, then I found this is the table where my transaction is saved. So this is a very long list. So this is the transaction 103579. So let us see the same thing. This is called the total table. Why the total table? Because individual transactions are not appearing. So let us go to Faggle B03. What is Faggle B03? That is the ledger. In the last class also I have shown you the report of Faggle B03. So Faggle B03, you have to select the company code, you have to select the fiscal year, then you have to select your GL account number 1 lakh. Okay, then click on continue. So this is the way in which you can depict your GL. This is the period. There are 16 periods. This is the debit column, this is the credit column, this is the balance column, and this is the cumulative balance column. So for this 1 lakh equity share capital, what is the total amount? Total amount means after balance carry forward, debit, credit, balance, and cumulative balance. So the total cumulative balance is 1,0579. So let us go to the table where I have extracted the data. So from where it is extracted, it is showing the total amount is 1,03,579. So the Faggle flex table, it is just the combination of all the transactions within that particular thing, right? So there is another thing here, timestamp. What is the meaning of timestamp in this Faggle flex table? See, actually I have passed this transaction on 4th November 2022, right? Again I am telling, this transaction I have passed in the 4th November 2022. So one thing it is appearing here. Let us go to this. Okay, so actually there are 3 transactions. The first transaction, let us see. Let us click on this first transaction. Let us see the first transaction. So click on this assignment or document number line. You can click on the display document. Okay, then click on the call-up document overview. So this is the first document what you have passed. So actually this first document is passed on 2nd November, but the last document I have passed in the 4th November, so that's why it is showing 4th November, but it is the combination of all the documents. Individually also I can see the timestamp, but it is showing because it is the total table, so the last timestamp it is showing. Let us select the another table, Faggle flexa. Flexa means actual values. So I click on Faggle flexa. Faggle flexed means total values in a single line. But Faggle flexa, let us try to extract it. System is bit slow because it is extracting the data. Let us come back, because I am in the same place. It is extracting the data and I am trying to open it from SPRO. System is bit slow. Okay, fine. Again, I am logging on. In another class also, one or two classes, we will be having a detailed discussion of the table. Okay, let us go to the next agenda: period close and impact on posting. Okay, that I will demonstrate because the system is very slow today, and when the system is working on the table, actually it becomes also more slow because it is directly retrieving the data from the database. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So my second agenda actually, period close and impact on posting. If I close the period, right? So what is the impact on posting? Let us see, because I have already covered open and close posting period, and I have also discussed what is open and close posting period, how the end users are restricted for passing the entry in a backdated period which is already closed, and quarterly or half yearly financial statement is already prepared. But practically, if we close the period, what is the impact? What is the message that is uh, given to the end users? Let us see it. And I have also shown you there is a transaction code called OB52. Path is already there in your material, where you put the open and close posting period. So my posting period variant is 7200, same. So this is my posting period variant. So in my posting period variant, I have opened all the periods, but I have already told you that this is not the practical scenario. That means in any organization, now this is the month of November, right? November means with which period? What is the November period? 8th period, isn't it? December is the 9th period, January is the 10th period, February is the 11th period, and March is the 12th period. And March, after March, we have also 4 numbers of special periods. Suppose practically in the organization, now the period will be like this: 8th to 8th. And this special period are never opened. When it is opened, when all the normal posting periods are over, then special periods are opened, and on the basis of the recommendations of the statutory auditor or the anything which is pointed out by internal auditors, then we open the special period and pass the entries. So practically the 8th period means November will be like this. So what is the impact? The impact is all the end users, they will be able to post only in the month of November. They cannot post in any month apart from November. So let us save it. Just a minute. $7,200 from period 2. Okay, I saved the data. So now after saving the data, let us come back. Let us open another session and try to post a transaction. Okay, so for posting any transaction, we can directly go to the transaction code FB50 or go to the path here FB50. So now suppose I want to post a transaction in a backdated period, that is 1st October 2022. 1st October 2022 and put enter. So what does it happen? It is saying posting period 0007 2022 is not open. Why it is showing here? Because in the posting period I have opened only 1 month, right? So that's why the error is throwing like this. Suppose I want to post it for the next say for September 09. What will say? Same thing. Posting period 0006 2022 is not open. So, but if I try to put the same transaction in the current month means the month of November. What happened? The system is allowing me, right? Otherwise, from the very same place, the system will throw me the error, right? The system will throw me the error. Once I try to post it, the system will throw the error. Suppose I put the document date as say 1st October 2022. Put enter. The system will accept. Why it is accept? Because I have already told you that there is a difference between document date and posting date. The document date can be old. Why? Because financial accounting is only the post-mortem activities. Suppose somebody has given you an invoice, and in the invoice the date is mentioned as 1st October. So that is the document date. But when you are posting today, so today is the posting date, right? That is 1st November. So there is a difference between the two. So this open and close posting period, what I have created, what I have changed, only the November is opened, that is applicable only to the posting period, not to the posting date, only to the posting date, not to the document date. The document date can be passed. So the open and close posting period is directly regulating the posting date of your document. Okay, so it has no impact on the document date, right? So suppose I try to post the document in the month of January, 1st January 2023. So what will happen? Because I have already opened only 1 month. So if I put, then what it will see? Posting period 010, that means 10th period. January is the 10th period. 2022 is not open. So the most important thing is this kinds of things is always avoided. That means inadvertently or intentionally, if somebody tries to post a transaction, then due to the regulation, due to the control in the open and close posting period, these things can be avoided. And practically in any organization, only one period is opened, not other periods. So but as we have having the practice, so therefore I have opened everything. I have opened all the periods so that you can smoothly pass your transactions, right? So that is regarding
opening. Sir, one question.
Yes.
Sir, what is the T code for opening the period, opening or closing a period?
Actually, T code is same. OB52 is the T code. OB52 is the T code where you open and close. But whenever you, suppose this is the situation, suppose previously my situation was like this. Suppose your November will be over, then just I am saving it. Sorry, this is not my posting period variant. My posting period variant is something else, 7200. I am coming here. Suppose in the month of November, my system administrator come here, and once the November starts, it do like this and save. Okay, save and come back, close. Then end users pass all their entries. When November will be over and December first week will come, then again my system administrator will come and it will come to OB52 same, and it will go there your posting period variant 7200, and just it will change 8 to 9. That's it, 8 to 9, and save it. That's it. and it will go away. Okay, so suppose your
Okay, sir.
November December is also over, then similarly it will come to again OB52, same screen. Then 7200 is your posting period variant, and change it to 10 to 10, right? So and save it. Once it's
Then, sir, how to close the period, sir?
see, my all the periods, previous periods are closed na. I am at a time, I am opening only 1 month,
Okay, sir.
10 to 10, that's
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
So all my previous one, that is from first period to
Previous one,
9th
sir.
period, and from 11th and 12th period, they are definitely closed, because I am only
Sir, they
opening.
are automatically closed.
Yes, definitely, they are automatically closed. As I am in the demonstration software, as also I am practicing, so that's why intentionally I am making it from period 1 to period 12. That means 12 numbers of months are open, and also 4 numbers of special period are open. So in my mercy, I can pass any transactions in any period. Okay, so making it effective, always save. If you do not save, then whatever customization you do, that will not be effective. See, OB52 is the transaction code, which is actually open and close posting period, frequently used. But there is also another transaction code in the easy access. Actually, OB52 is the customization area for open and close posting period. But there is also another transaction code here. Let us find it. This is there actually. There is a transaction code. No, here is not. In this, just a minute, environment, user parameter, current, yes, this one. See, there is a transaction code S underscore ALR underscore 87003642, open and close posting period. And this is the transaction code also. If you click, it will also go to you. It will also take you to the same place, right? It will also take you to the same place. There are two transaction codes actually.
Sir, it is SAP defined code, or sir, it is a customized code?
No, this is the SAP defined S underscore ALR underscore 87003642. And the software we are what we are using it, only standard things you will find. Any customization T codes or Z tables or Z codes, you will not find it here, because it is a software for demonstration, and it has been given to functional users like ourselves. So we functional users cannot create any customized code or customized table. So anything you see, by default 100% these are standards, and these are common all over the world, and anywhere in the SAP the same T codes and same thing is used. It do not differ from organization to organization or country to country. These are the standard things.
Sir, another question. Himod has asked one question.
Yes.
Whether we can open backdate period?
Yes, we can open backdated period, but for backdated period, it is opened for specific users only. Specific users, not all. So I am again going to the open and close posting period. Then I will show you how it is opened for the backdated period for specific users. Let us take an example. Suppose this is my 7200, because that is very important. Understanding is very important. Uh, okay, this is the thing actually. Okay, so in my open and close posting period, actually this is the thing what I have found. Okay, so this is my posting period variant. So this is my first period to 2022, then from period to period, and I have given a plus sign. Okay, I have given a plus sign here. Let us come here and see. So I have put here the plus sign. If I click here, then you see there are also different options: assets, customer, vendor, material, GL account, contract account, lot of things are there. So while discussing the posting period also, theoretically I have told you that it may happens that the customer related entries, some more days are required for closing the accounts. But for assets, vendors, exactly when the month is closed, the account is closed. So how this will be possible? How these things will be possible? This will be possible by creating more line items. Let us take an example. Actually, practically when SAP is implemented, your posting period, open and close posting period will not be like this. It will be like this. Let us copy and put here, say A for asset. Enter. From account to account, I am making the masking means all the accounts will be there. There is no GL account label distinguishment. I am just showing you this thing. See, there are two line items now. One is plus, another is A. Similarly, I can create for customer, for vendor, for material, for GL, for contract account. Contract account, actually these are for the utility industries like our distribution companies, but these are not for manufacturing companies. But all the accounting entries that comes directly from the asset accounting, or customer related, or vendor related, or material related, or GL. Beyond that, there is no entries which is generated in SAP. SAP accounting entries means this can be from these 5 areas only, right? So practically in any organization you will find plus, every organization you will find plus, and in addition to plus you will be having extra 5 lines. Extra 5 lines. Again I am telling, I am creating only one line, but there are extra 5 lines for asset, customer, vendor, material, GL, etc. These 5 lines will be there. So in this case, suppose I restrict the accounts area for asset accounting. Suppose asset accounting, exactly we close the period 8 on, say on October 31st midnight, I want to close this area. So on October 31st midnight, I put the A as 8 to 8, right? But suppose I have a similar thing, similar line, 7200, your K for vendor, sorry, D for customer. So for customer line, I will make it open. Sorry, this is say 9 to 9. That means November is opened. Nobody in the asset accounting area, they can post the transaction in October. But for second line, which is for customer related, that is D, the October is still open. Suppose it is open for the next 7 days, so that our marketing people, they can book the orders. So though asset area this is closed, but this customer area, so I have already told you there are 5 lines in fact. So customer area, even if November 1st, November 2nd, November 3rd, my system administrator do not change this. Do not change this. So what happened? If my system administrator only make the changes or make it effective that the month has been closed and only the month of November is posted in asset accounting area, but for customer related entries still it is November 5th, but 8th to 8 is open. That means all the users who are working in the accounts receivable, they will able to pass the entry in the month of month of October. So that is the way. But this is also not desirable. Sometimes some of the users are given some kind of privileges. So in that case, only those users can pass the entries. So how this is possible? On the extreme right side, there is a authorization group. Mind it. Just see, there is a authorization group. What is the use of this authorization group? Authorization group is something where we will create the identification. Suppose I created a authorization group Z001. Actually, this is not my work. This is the work of the basis person. Suppose, let us take an example. In my organization, once upon a time, only two persons in the finance department, they have the privileges in backdated entry. Myself and some Mr. Mahakul was there. So in this case, the system administrator or the basis person, my user ID and Mr. Mahakul's user ID is linked with the authorization group Z001. Actually Z001 I am giving, it can be given anything, XYZ anything, X001, X999, whatever may be, it is not compulsory. It is just a identification. So my two user IDs are connected to this authorization group, and here it created another line item, right? In that another line item, the backdated period, 8th period is opened. So suppose we have the privilege to pass any entries in the backdated period. So what happens? They copy this plus. Plus means any entries, any accounts payable, receivable, asset accounting, anything. So in the copy, actually there will be a line item 7200 plus, and another line item they will create, another line item the system administrator will create, where Z001 will be assigned. So once the Z001 will be assigned, and the Z001 is linked with two numbers of user IDs. So what happened? These two numbers of user IDs are having privilege than the others. That means other people, the posting period is closed. But whenever these two users will start the accounting entry, then period is opened for them. Because this line is specifically mentioned for two end users who have connected or who are linked with the authorization group, that is Z001. So my point is, practically in any organization, backdated entry is always allowed, no issues, but for specific users, backdated entry is allowed, and for those specific users, another line is created. Basically, in any organization, the first one you will found, and the second one, second, there will be at least these 5 numbers, right? But if authorization group will be created, there will be more number of lines you are going to found in your organization. But there is a two gate system here. What is the two gate system? When some person tries to post a transaction, system first checks the first item, first line item, whether in the first line item, suppose my system administrator do this 9 to 9 in the first line item. So what does it happen? Even if the authorization group holders have the privilege to post in the 8th period, but they cannot do. So again I am telling, the system first search the first gate. If the first gate is closed, then nobody can post, whether that authorization group having the backdated privilege or anything. So normally the first plus is maybe having, say, most importantly it will be having, say, 1 to 12. Then the system checks, suppose it is opened for 1 to 12. Then the system again jumps to the second line. Second line is for the asset accounting. Once the system search that this is closed, then it cannot post. Then system again checks this third line. So in the third line, it checks that 8th period is opened. But for whom? Not for all. So in this case, it will directly strike to the Z001. Then after it strikes to the Z001, it will understand that these two numbers of user have the privilege. So any one of the two numbers of user try to post the entry, the system will automatically allow, and the system will throw no error message, right? So this is the way, this is the behavior of the system. Okay, so this is the behavior of system. There are two gate systems. This is the first gate, second gate, third gate, fourth gate, 5 gate, or any n numbers of gates are there. If there are more numbers of authorization groups, this can go on. This can go on. Lines can go on. So this is the practical way in which SAP open and close posting period works. Any questions? You understand what I am telling? Actually, this is the practical application of SAP. This is the way in which your posting period, open and close posting period works. Himoj, any question on your behalf?
Yes, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, can I block some GLs
Yes.
for posting?
Yes, Himos, absolutely, absolutely. See, I have already left out this one from account to account. See, posting period open and close, this is a very big thing. Suppose this authorization people Z001 have the privilege to post the transaction in say accounts receivable, but it doesn't mean that the organization will give them the privilege to make any types of sales, order booking or sales. Normally marketing people do what? They book the order in backdated and get the commission. They achieve their target. Suppose the organization wants that only for the corporate sale the backdated period is open, but for C&F sales or wholesaler sales to the wholesalers, those GL accounts will be restricted. So in this case, suppose corporate sale, there is a specific GL account, suppose 6 digits, suppose any of the GL account, say 3 lakh 1 to 3 lakh 2 or like this. So only two numbers of GLs these authorization holders can have the access to post. So you can squeeze the activities. So there is a column from account to account, right? Why I am giving Z here? Once I put Z here means all the GL accounts, the same privilege, same restriction will be applied. But in practical case, the restriction can be applied to, or authorization or privilege of backdated posting can be applied to this authorization group for specific GL account. So in this case, you have to put the restriction from GL to 2GL, right? So in this way, you not only restrict those persons to put the backdated entry in backdated month, but also you are restricting them of free hand. Free hand means they cannot operate all the GL accounts. Okay, they are marketing persons. We accept, because their priorities it is to book the order backdated. But for specific types of sales, corporate sales, say, they have the privilege to have the backdated entry, because on the last date of October, on the eve of say Durga Puja or coming Diwali, they are having some connections with the corporate clients, corporate customers. So their negotiation is going to be finalized, but some reason, so by 31st October it is not finalized. So in this case, those 2 or 3 or 5 or 10 persons, whatever may be, those end users or those end user IDs, they are connected with Z001. We give them the privilege for backdated entry because their negotiation is not finalized for the coming Diwali. In this case, we can use only the corporate sales GL account. There can be many sales. Corporate, there can be many GL accounts. One is for corporate sale, one is for export sale, one is for C&F agent sale, one is for your say wholesalers. So there can be many GL accounts, many sales GL accounts. So we have make limited to only one GL account, say for corporate sales GL account, or suppose there are two GLs account regarding the corporate sales. So we can have from account to account. So in this way, we can further switch, further restrict the privilege which is assigned to the end users. But the most important thing is creation of authorization group is a must. It is called authorization group. That means one or more than one users making as a group are linked with this particular identification. Okay, so that only those people have been specifically allowed apart from your thousands of users in an organization. Your organization may be having thousands of users, but only very few, 1 or 2 or 3 persons only having the privilege. But again, you want to squeeze their privilege. How to squeeze their privilege? You put the specific GL account number. So even if they have the privilege to post the transaction in the month of October, but that is only applicable to specific GL account. Okay. So this open and close posting period, when practically applied in the organization, it can be very extensive because it is just like a Excel sheet. So in big multinational companies where thousands of person are working across the globe, so there can be many authorization groups created for different country purpose and for different user purpose. So therefore the SAP has make it like a Excel sheet, so it can be very big one, right? So now I think you are able to understand what exactly is happening, right? Any questions further?
Sir, it's clear.
Okay, fine. So we could cover this period close, and actually we are going in very details, and you are practically working in the organization, so you are asking questions. So definitely your vision is clear day by day what is going on, because whatever work we used to do in the organization, we are working as an end user, and in backend what things happened, and in the backend where the data is saved, those things we don't have any idea because no privilege or no authorization is given to us. But in this software you can do anything, you can go to anywhere, and you can understand any of the topics or any of the areas which is barely required for understanding of the entire scenario, right? So then we will go to the parking of a document and posting of a document. So what is this parking of a document? Let us understand. See, your organization, it is always desirable that there should be a internal control mechanism in your financial, your finance department. So finance people and their accounting entries, those are very much important for generation of your financial statements. So only correct, absolute correct entries should be entered into the accounting, into the system, because you know that whenever any entry is passed in FI, it cannot be deleted. Only very limited things, three things can be changed, which are not so important, but the most important thing, general ledger account, amount, so those things cannot be changed later on. So only thing is you have to go for the reversal. So whenever more and more reversal will be there, then normally the auditor will question why this reversal has been made. So a lot of things will be there and your system can be messed up. So in order to avoid the reversal of more and more entries, there is a two-step check post procedure. So that is the internal control system actually. The two-step is, in the first step, the user do not post the document. The user put it under the parking mode, right? And another person who is the senior of that person usually second time comes, check the document which is parked, and if it wants, it can make any changes, modifications, editings, and then finally it posts the document. So that is called posting of the document, parking and posting. So it is created by somebody and it is posted by somebody. So if there is any error or anything else by the person who has parked or who have created, then automatically same thing can be rectified. So let us go to and create a document in the parking mode and also see how that document is changed, edited and posted by your superior. If somebody is a subordinate, how it creates the document and how finally the document is edited and finally posted. Okay, so this is a demonstration server. So in this demonstration server, I have been given a user ID, and in the same user ID I can also park, I can also post. But practically when SAP is implemented, there is a workflow mechanism which is created by your ABAPers or in consultation with basis. Actually basis persons, they make a workflow, or ABAPers also, they normally ABAPers they go for the workflow mechanism in which the person who parks the document, the same user ID is restricted to post. So any other user ID can be allowed to post. But the same thing will not work here, but we can see how is things are parked, how it is posted. So only one user ID is sufficient for parking of a document as well as editing and posting. So for the parking of a document, we will go to the same path, document entry, but previously we used to post the document in FB50, but there is a transaction code called FB50. Okay, instead of B is used here, and it is edit or park GL document. Click on this document. Suppose I put the GL account number, sorry, document date. So this is the document date I gave. So I have created very limited numbers of GL accounts. So let us use the basic salary account, right? I am paying the salary. Suppose 35,000 I want to pay the salary 35,000, right? Salary payable I have not created, salary paid let us have. And credit entry is bank account. In fact, salary is debited and payable account is credited, but let us pass it because I have not created so many GL accounts. So amount is star, text is plus and enter. Okay. So now the document name is park GL account document, right? So I am going to park the document FB50. So click on save. Once I save, it is showing document 57200 was parked. That means now the document is in parking mode. Okay. So once the document in parking mode, suppose I want to see the document, parking document. Normally I know in the previous class, if you want to see a document, you can go to FB03, right? In the FB03, we put fiscal year. Suppose we do not know the document number, what we will do? We will click on the document list. We will give the fiscal year. And suppose we don't know the document number, what we will do? Click on execute. If any alert message will come, just put an enter. So what I see? Only 4 numbers of document I have passed. So what about this 5th numbers document, what recently I have passed? That document is not a real document. That means that document has not converted into a real document. Why? Because for conversion of that document into real document, it has to undergo through two-step checking mechanism. Why two steps? Because now it should be checked by a higher level person. So once it is checked by and saved by the higher level person, then it will be counted as a real document and it will be shown under FB03. So actually where the document lies, to display the parking document, we can go to another transaction code. Here there is a transaction code called FBB3. Mind it, FBB3. So click on FBB3. By default the parking document number is coming. Put here the fiscal year and click on continue. Once I click on continue, my parking document is showing here, and here it is showing display parked GL document, right? But all these documents are in gray. That means it cannot be modified or edited. So this is only for display. So where can I modify or edit? Actually, your superior person will come and it will display the document, or it will post or edit the document. It can post the document or delete the document. It can also edit the document, right? So there is a transaction code. This transaction code can be also for edit the document, right? So I can put the transaction code here, or I can have this FBB0. Okay, automatically also I will put in the same place. But here modifications are allowed. Why? Because these are white, right? Suppose your authority found a mistake. Your salary is 3,50,000 actually, right? But inadvertently you have put it as 35,000. So in this case, your authority has made the changes 3,50,000 and put enter. And after putting enter, it click on click on post. Once you click on post, then it is saying you have to click on post, not again park. Once you click on the post, then it is saying document number 5 was posted in the company code. Click on execute. So once you click on the execute and go to the FB032022, suppose you go to the document list, fiscal year, click on execute and again enter, you see the document is already appearing here. Previously there were 4 numbers of document, but now this one is added with the list. Why? Because this is a real document. Okay, so this is the way in which your parking and posting takes place. And in the next class also I will show you the parking document can be also deleted. I have already told you that a document cannot be deleted. A document which is already posted cannot be deleted, but parking is not a real document which is affecting to your general ledger account. It is in the halfway mark. So the superior may either modify the document or it can completely delete the document, right? Sorry? So the document can be deleted by your superiors also. So in the next class we will discuss all those things. So now,
Sir, one question is there.
yes, tell me.
Sir, it is not related to today's class. Sir, whether we can, sir, while posting a journal document, either in FB50 or F-02, sir, can we, suppose there are multiple line items, so can we post it directly by uploading in Excel, or we have to enter one by one?
That there can be a mechanism through which you can directly upload from the Excel also, and this task is normally undertaken in the beginning when SAP is implemented. Suppose your SAP is implemented in the mid-year, but you want to keep all the transactions in your legacy system like Tally or any other package which is already there. Then in this case, suppose your SAP is implemented on say 1st June, like in our company. So April and May, whatever journal entries are there, whatever accounting entries are there, these are put in the Excel sheets and these are uploaded in the system. But once the company is live, there is no way of uploading the data from the Excel sheets, but it can be. End users are allowed to put the entry.
Sir, then suppose in a JV we have to post around 50 to 60 line items.
Okay.
So then we have to enter single one by one, or is there an option to enter multiple items?
Yes. Normally these things happens in case of provision entries, right? In the month end, same types of GL accounts are used in the month end provisions. 50 debits, 60 credits. That means 50 plus 60, 110 line items. So in this case, you can keep the document as a sample document in the SAP memory. And every month, you can copy the sample document, change the date and the amount. The amount may change or the date may change, but GL accounts are constant, and save the document. That will be also discussed maybe in the next class, or after that class things will be discussed. There is a topic called your sample document or recurring document. Recurring document means same type of document will be recorded after month end, every month end as provision. In that case, you can create a model or template document and keep it in the SAP memory, and whenever the situation arises, you can copy that document, change the date and the amount. Even if you can also, suppose some of the GLC is not applicable for this month, those GLC you can also erase and post the document. But the most important thing is the document which you created and put it in the SAP memory, that never deletes. That is a template, that is a model document. It is kept in the SAP memory. When you copy the document and post it, then it is a real document or live document. It affects your general ledger balances. So through that mechanism you can reduce your time also. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So it will be discussed. It is a mandatory topic for the beginners, because after parking, posting, etc., then I will straightforward start that discussions. So I think you will be having 4 days of time. You will, I wish that you will do the practice. Okay. So good night.